It's the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast.
All right, hello and welcome to episode 144. I support myself a boat today. I'd like to present to you my co-host, boat salesman in Hawaii, live. You see the palm tree in the background from the world plateau where Magnum lives, Hawaii 5-0, and everywhere else but Portsmouth. But I present to you Go-Clud, who has an awesome channel, who's a good friend of mine, and I'm by the gods of science fiction. And I look like a marital advice counsellor TV show presenter this week.
What you do? And what do I look like again?
Yeah.
I look like a
boat salesman in Hawaii who lives
Okay.
next to a harbour and has a palm tree at the bottom of the gap.
Okay, all right. Well, there are schools here called harbour schools, so I don't know whether that's anything relevant to that. Thank you, Martin. How are you? Nice to talk to you. Yeah, it's been another week since we've been in touch. So, what's the latest over there in sunny London? Anything happening up there? Interested to share?
Is anything happening in sunny London? Yeah, going to a game. Well, I was ill for a week. That's going.
Oh yeah.
Now, yeah, that's going. So I'm back now. Hopefully, I'm still a bit funny with it. But I'm going to a game thing on Sunday. I'm going out on Friday.
You're going to a gay
thing?
thing?
Cancel on pods last week. Oh, really? No. I'm going to a thing. I want that deleting. I want that deleting. I demand that get deleted.
I heard gay or game. Did you say game?
I'm going out. I'm going. I didn't say that I'm going for a day out on Friday. I never said that. Actually, I look like. With my background, I look like.
What do you look like? You look like from Tron.
I look like a shopping channel presenter.
Oh,
I look like a shopping channel.
Hey,
presenter.
you could be the next co-presenter of This Morning. You know, now Philip Schofield's gone. You can go with that blonde woman, and you could be the new co-host of that awful daytime thing that's been on for about 300 years. Nobody watches.
Holly? What
Holly? Whatever name? The one with
that comedian there.
The one with the
Holly
face.
Willoughby or something.
Boobies.
Call her Holly Willoughby.
I don't know what she's doing. You could be that. I mean, do you know what? I go to, there's a cafe down the Canoe Lake where we live, and I go there sometimes, and every morning they have This Morning on. And all I hear is, so we're talking to a friend in Spain on the phone, is every few seconds I hear, do-do-do-do, and it's just this terrible program. No, it's different now. I think it's different now. Is it? Is that the same theme tune? Is it still got the same theme tune? I don't know.
I don't know. Last time I saw it, I think last time I saw Richard
and Judy, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know when. I don't know who anybody watches that.
Last time I saw it.
And it's. I mean, I saw it come on.
I know there's been a lot of bad press about Philip Schofield. Haven't there? All this. I've caught bits of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will tell you. You know. Do you know what he did? We won't get sued because it's true. Right. No,
go on. No, go.
Just get your lawyers on stand.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Right. You remember Gordon the Gopher?
Yes, the puppet thing.
Yeah. You remember it? Well, he bought it when he left the BBC and he went to theatre. He bought Gordon the Gopher. Apparently, he bought the rights because he didn't want it because it embarrassed him.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Embarrassed him? Why did it embarrass him? Because he was associated
he thought
with
it damaged his career because he'd always be associated with the Gordon the Gopher thing, you know. That's what made him famous, though.
I don't actually mind. I don't mind Philip Schofield. I've got nothing against him.
No, I don't.
I just hate these awful daytime TV shows. I just can't stand them. And he's.
I'd ban him. I've had my way. I'd ban him.
Yeah, I would. I've got no time with them at all.
I'm sick of it all day. When I was dying last week.
Oh, all you have was
Richard. When I was dying last week, it were homes in the country.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Live TV. It's absolutely awful. There's nothing on at all.
Bloody cooking programs.
Yeah, exactly. Like how to make a biscuit or something. It's like how to make how to make cheese on toast. It's like, why would you sit there? I mean, what kind of life?
They're all nice. They're all right nice. They're all really nice and false.
Oh, it's terrible.
You know, them presenters, they're all like, oh, yes, it's wonderful. And we're all, you know, and you look marvellous today. And we're going to cook cheese on toast and it's going to be wonderful. Isn't it? And it's like middle crap. It's like everybody in the country lives like them, this world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's terrible. It really
I'd
is.
ban it, man. I'd get rid of it. Fucking, yeah, it pulls in the viewers, though, doesn't it? It pulls in the viewers.
But who's watching it? I mean, I mean, does anybody under the age of 85 watch it?
Do I?
I know, but why is it still on? Who sits there every morning and watches this drivel? Year in, year out, the same thing. Do 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 do. It's like,
Just stop it now. We're talking about science fiction and not good fucking morning.
Oh, Martin, I love co-hosting with you. You always make me laugh.
Okay.
It's really cool. Right. Okay. Have we got any sci-fi news? I tell you what, I have got.
Yeah, I was going to send it to you, but you saw it before me.
Well, no, I was going to share it and try and share it and watch it here with you as a reaction.
Well,
but I can't. Well, I can hardly see because the screen is so bright. I'll try.
Well, put a newspaper across the top, and
no,
then
hang on. It's a share thing, right? It's a share thing, and I've got it saved ready. And I'll see if I can put it on. Hang on. Which one was it? No, it wasn't that one. Oh God, I can't do it now because I can't see shit. Like, hang on. Give me a second. I've got to go into here. I've got to close that off there. Close this off here. Then we go back into Zoom, and then we can share it here. There we are. Hit share. Hang on, share. And then hit share. Because I want to see this myself. Here we go. So I'm going to press play now and see what this is like.
You gonna start the engine sometime soon, Erica?
Don't worry. I did this 100 times during the war.
yeah. Where's the volume?
I can hear it. I don't know if you. Maybe you can't hear it.
It's like right
I can't hear anything.
I'll just watch it and then we'll talk about it
I
after.
have a feeling that something's in the air.
Oh, I'll say it anyway. So.
Our job puts us up against death.
That looks interesting. Bit with
Yeah.
a spaceship on that Earth-type planet.
Yeah.
Hold on to your saddles.
Yeah.
We are
Still in two minds about Captain Kirk. And, you know.
Okay.
It's easy to forget how awesome that is.
I do like Anson Matt. I think it's superb. It fucking bloody good. It
Yeah.
is. Look, it's
I have this crazy theory.
yeah.
I love a great
Klingons as well.
Yeah, I know. Uh-oh. Okay.
And Spock getting and he's freaking out.
Yes.
Oh,
all of us being here at this time.
now what's going on here then?
I don't know.
Spock, he's a right sneak up. Spock, isn't he?
Dirty.
You know.
Whoa, there goes in flies.
Surprise!
Oh yeah, it's those cartoon characters.
Oh, that's the cartoon series, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. What's that? I can't even see what that is.
And prosper, Mr. Boimler.
Spock.
Boimler.
You also live in.
And then
Yeah,
in
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
cartoon
Yeah, Boimler,
series,
what his
isn't
name
it?
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
It looks good, yeah, no, it does look quite
Hang on, it's
impressive.
playing
actually.
again now. Don't play again, mate. Don't play again. I can't see what I'm doing on the screen like. Hang on, turn this off. Right, that's it. Okay, let's go back to you. Sharing has stopped. Okay. Right. All right, I think we're back. Yeah, it's hard to see, but it looks pretty epic, doesn't it?
No, it does. It looks pretty amazing, actually, I think.
Sounds good.
You know, it's,
I mean, I'm pretty confident it's going to be another good season. Did you hear? I can't remember the name of the actor, but there's an actor who's going to be in the new Ahsoka series who just died the other day. Apparently, he's been in some of the Marvel films, in some of the Thor films. I can't remember his name. You must have heard about that. Did you hear about that? You're still
Yeah.
there? Yeah, what was his
No.
name? Oh, let me tell you who it is.
Yes, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I am still here.
I know, it's just the
I'm
internet's a bit
still
dodgy. You're here,
here.
that's good, that's good, that's good. Just checking. Just checking, because I don't want you to leave me. Don't leave me, Martin. Because I wouldn't be the same if you weren't around. You know, it's
No,
like...
that is a stunning background. Is that? No, it is. It's an amazing green screen.
Is
what
my
you're
head cut
using.
off, though? Am I on to that? Oh, no, that's better.
No,
Yeah, I know,
no,
it's
not
really
now.
good.
You're,
It's
you're
really
back
good.
again. You're back.
It's a really good green screen, isn't it? No, it's
No, it's fine. Honestly, it's stunning background. Is that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be alright if I park my private yacht off your at the
No,
weekend?
well, as long as does it look nice? Will it suit the surrounding area?
Well, it's a barge actually. You know, it's a
Oh,
so
a barge. Yeah,
Well,
but you
all
can
right.
only get it in here in a high tide, because otherwise it'll get stuck.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to get your bar. You're going to get stuck. You see, and then you don't want to do that, do you? So it's kind of like
Well, I could bring a dinghy.
a dinghy might be a better option. A dinghy might be a better option. So it was Ray Stevenson who's died, and
I know that is.
yes, and I'm surprised you
I
haven't heard
don't know,
about
but
that.
I'm trying to place this first now.
Well, I'll put it on there. You probably can't see him, but he's quite a well-known actor. He's been in quite a few things. I think he's been in some Marvel films. You'd know him if you saw him. And he was a big character in the new show. So obviously he's filmed all his bits. So he'll be in season 1 of Ahsoka. Whether he was going to be in season 2, if they make season 2, I don't know. But it's obviously just a shock. It's just sad to hear that an actor like that has passed away. So obviously condolences to everybody who knows him, and it's just a shame. Obviously, it's always horrible to hear that when the passing of people, but especially someone who's actually we were looking forward to seeing in this new Ahsoka series. So yeah, just sad to hear about it. Although I wasn't that familiar with his work, so there we go. So before we go into focus, any news your end? Because I've got apart from the death of this guy, I've got nothing my end. Have you got much your end?
Marvel Secret Wars is coming.
Oh, okay. And what's that entail?
Well, it's like the Invaders, but these aliens that can change shape, like try and take over the world.
Have you heard about a series called The Ark? It's a
Yes.
series I'm going to check out. It's about these people on a ship who are going to another planet, and apparently all the people, all the leaders, or the captains, are all get killed off, and they're kind of like they're just trying to wing it. It looks quite good. Have you seen much about that? I've seen a review of it.
Yeah,
or-
I do know about it. Yes.
Are you going to check that out? Is
yeah.
it something that might interest you in seeing?
Yeah, sort of. I'll check out the first couple of episodes, but there's the concept looks interesting.
Yeah. I just thought it might be worth it,
know.
sort of like in the
Yeah,
future.
I get worried about investing time in things now.
Yeah,
because
I'm like that. It's kind
I
of
don't
like
want to be disappointed.
yeah, and then you waste
know.
your time. I mean, I completely appreciate that. So I know what you
There's
can...
something called Silo that's meant to be very good.
Oh, what's that? What's that about?
Well, it's set in a post-apocalyptic future. Millions of people live in a silo.
Right.
And it's one of them things like you can't go outside because you'll die, but they send people outside. And every floor in the silo is like a different world.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That sounds
But
interesting.
somebody who lives on one of the floors realises something's not right
Right.
about the reality they're in.
Oh, okay. So it's about
Yeah,
it's about a perception thing of time, of reality, and where you
well,
are.
I don't know. They've all been in there. Something happened to Earth, and all these people lived in this like giant mountain-sized bunker for centuries. But you can't go outside. It's called Silo. Apparently, the reviews have been very good for it.
Okay, that's good. We just had a big.
But it could be one of them series where you end up watching it and think this is amazing, then you get disappointed.
Yeah, it's it reminds you of the Mandalorian season 3. How I was pretty disappointed about that. I've given it another rewatch, and it's all right, but
Yeah.
I had higher hopes for season 3 of Mandalorian, I have to say. So it's a shame about that. I mean, at the moment, I'm not really watching anything new at all. You know, I mean, Strange New Worlds.
No, I'm not.
You know, and it's such a shame because well, no, it's not a shame. I mean, we just had the Picard series, which I'm rewatching again, and it's just as good the second time round. By the way,
Oh yeah.
I suggest that you watch it a second time the whole way through, because you don't have to wait another week. You know exactly what's going to happen. You see how it's all linked together. It's just a wonderful show. It's so good, and I've got good hopes about Strange New Worlds as well. So at least the Star Trek front's going well. Still no news on the Orville. A shout out to Star Trek. I did a review of the Orville with them. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either. I think it's looking less likely now.
The writers' strike started. I think the writers' strike started, don't it?
Yep, and it's going to affect a lot of stuff at the moment. I think that a lot of shows could get a bit stuck at the moment with all this. I don't know how long. Apparently, these things tend to last a few months. But it could mean that long term we might have. You know how we had a bit of a void with stuff when it came to COVID, where for a while there was nothing made because nobody could film anything, and then eventually we got through it. I don't think it'd be as bad as that, but I think there's going to be a delay of certain things. Luckily, they're making 2 new Star Wars series, which luckily was all the writing's just about been done. Not Ahsoka. What's the other one? The Acolyte. I think that's been filmed.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And of course, Andor's still been going through, but Andor's the biggest disappointment I've ever seen in Star Wars. So I don't know what's going to happen in season 2 of that. I think season 2 is going to be a lot better for some reason. I've just got a feeling it's going to be better.
Do you think that we could be coming like to a bit of a dry spell with science fiction now?
I think
coming up is that. I mean, apart from what you've just said, that normally last year there were quite a lot, wasn't there? I mean, there was some every couple of months to get your teeth into.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the moment this year we've got, like I said, we've got Ahsoka, we've got Strange New Worlds, we've got Skeleton Crew for Star Wars, and then in New Year, I know it's not a good one, we'll have Discovery. And then we'll have Andor season 2, and then we'll also have the Acolyte. So we've got actually quite a few things to come along, and Doctor Who as well. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot of new, groundbreaking new sci-fi shows where I'm thinking this is the best thing I've seen in years. You know, so there could be a dry spell. You know, it might be that fantasy becomes a bit more prominent because you sometimes get periods where sci-fi is a bigger thing, and then it goes to fantasy for a while, or it completely go away from science fiction or imagination completely and just goes to just straightforward dramas or something. So I don't know. I think we're in for a sort of like a change. What do you think? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we're in. I think we're coming for a big change with sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
I think the superhero thing, we're at the peak of it now. It's we've had the peak, and the whole superhero thing, it seems to be, how do you say, it seems to be, it's not like it was.
Yeah, I think so.
There's 2 series that do hit the mark perfectly, but it's not like it was.
I think what we'll be doing is we'll be looking for series which are less prominent and actually getting into those. That's what I think. I'm going to be looking for. There's some stuff which I'm interested in seeing. Where instead of the main stuff, because I think there will be a bit of a dropout, so hopefully not.
Yeah.
So on that note, let's go into our focus of the week, if that's okay with you, because we've got a good classic
6 minutes, 11 seconds.
Yeah, so they're going to fade out, and we'll come back and we'll do the review. All right.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
It's the
Solar Sci-Fi
focus of the week.
Right, so we're back.
Yep.
All right, so we're back. So
Yes.
basically, we're talking over each other, but we're back. We're definitely back. We are talking about this week Land of the Giants from 1968.
Yes. Ran for 2 seasons.
It did. Do you want to tell me your end? Tell me what information you got your end.
No, it's all right.
I'm joking. Yeah, so you're right. It ran for 2 seasons. It was from 1968 to 1970. The show was created by Irwin Allen, who, of course, we know him from some other shows. It was Allen's 4th science fiction TV series. The show was released by 20th Century Fox Television. The series was filmed entirely in colour and ran 51 episodes. The show starred Gary Conway and special star Kurt Kasner. So I think this is one that you know more than me. So tell me what you think about Land of the Giants.
What, Land of the Giants?
Yeah.
I think It started off really quite good, and then it got, I don't know, it went all Erwin Allen in later seasons, didn't it? It got where they met aliens and
Isn't it the same? Didn't he
magic
do?
people and all that. It got a bit, there were some episodes that were just a bit out there, but I did like the cast. I like the concept of it, and as a kid, it sort of freaked me out.
Because I actually don't remember much about the second season. I remember the first season was very strong. I like the idea that they were like on a plane or something. Obviously, it was a spaceship, but it was like a plane, and they went through some sort of weird storm, and they landed. And they thought they landed somewhere on Earth, and they'd actually. They weren't on Earth. Were they on Earth or
No, they
parallel?
were in it was an interdimensional portal.
So it was a parallel kind of, yeah. So that's what I was thinking. It wasn't actual Earth. It wasn't. They were on a world which is very similar to ours, but
Yeah,
just
no. We the other thing, we were 50 years ahead of them in technology and time.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about.
That's why they
that.
wanted to catch him because of
their
space
technology.
travel.
That's it. Sorry, Martin. Yeah. I mean, all I remember about I don't even remember actually if they got home or anything, but I just remember
No, they never did.
the episode I remember the most was one where they ended up in almost like, I think it was like this kid had these toys, and they had this like a little toy town, and they were. I think it was it a little girl or a little boy? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I think it was little girl. Actually,
It's a little girl, and she was tormenting them, and they were the size of toys, and obviously she realised that they were alive, and she was just like evil. And I think either her granddad or her dad was the one who was kind of sort of aware of something going on, but he was telling her off, and it was really cool. So it was kind of like it was an interesting sort of idea. I mean, tell me more about it. Tell me what you...
the world of the giants. It was a totalitarian state, and they were being chased after by that secret police guy who worked for the SID, Special Investigations Department, because little people, they've been contacts before.
That's right. I remember there were some other ships that had actually gone by in the. So they were aware of this element from these miniature people with technology from the past. I remember that. That's right. As you're saying, it's sort of coming back to me more now. But again, I don't know much about season 2, but I just remember the season 1 had some great characters. It had this sort of like, let's have a look at the characters. It had the larger guy who was kind of a bit cowardly. He was always like saying, "Oh, don't do this, don't do that." And then you had the sort of the captain guy who was a bit like a sort of Captain Kirk kind of thing. And then you had the female, was she like a stewardess or something? I think she was.
And then there was Valerie Dana Lund, the one with the red hair.
That's right.
I used to fancy her.
Yeah, well, didn't we all? And then we also had, there was a kid as well. A boy as well. Apparently, the theme music composer was John Williams. I didn't realise that. He actually did the theme. I didn't realise that. That's a big feather in the cap for them. I mean, as you say, it ran for each episode was about 60 minutes. Is it 60 minutes? Well, that's quite a long time. Yeah. That's pretty good. And yeah, it was certainly interesting. Let's have a look at the actual synopsis. So, set 1983.
It was set in the year 1983.
1983 it was. At that time, 15 years in the future, the series tells the tale of the crew, the passengers of the suborbital transport ship, the Spindrift. In the pilot episode, the Spindrift is en route from Los Angeles to London. I remember that. On an ultra-fast suborbital flight just beyond Earth's boundary into space. A Spindrift encounters a magnetic space storm and is dragged through a space warp to a mysterious planet where everything is 12 times larger than Earth, whose inhabitants, the Earthlings, nicknamed the Giants. The Spindrift crash lands and the damage renders it inoperable. Very little is known about the home planet of the Giants. This is partially because the Spindrift crew very seldom leaves the area where their spaceship crashed in the opening episode. Only 2 other identified giant societies are ever seen. The episodes The Land of the Lost and The Secret of Limbo. No name is ever established for the mysterious planet, but the inhabitants known of Earth, Venus and Mars, referring to them in only one episode. Exactly where the planet is located is also never made clear. In the episode On a Clear Night, you can see Earth. Captain Steve Bunton, Gary Conway, claims to have seen Earth through a set of infrared goggles invented by the giants, implying that the two planets are near enough to see one another. The only established method by which Earth people may reach the giant's planet is high altitude flight, passing through one giant set one calls a dimension lock. Although various episodes established that at least 6 other flights had been landed on the planet, no episode confirms anyone ever returning to Earth. The first mention of other visitors from Earth was in episode 2, Ghost Town, in which, I remember this, another ship was said to have crashed long ago without any survivors in episode 4. Underground, another Earth ship is described as crashing 3 years previously, again with no survivors. Several episodes show crews surviving their initial crashes, only to be killed later. The episode Brainwash has a crew of little people surviving long enough to build a radio station that can communicate with Earth. They are killed shortly after that. The episode Golden Cage and the Lost Ones shows a few survivors from other crashes. Only the Spindrift crew seems to have survived for long enough with its party intact. One continental hemisphere is dominated by an authoritarian government that tolerates full freedoms with a capitalist system, but it does not tolerate any effort to affect political change. I remember all this stuff's coming along, so I'm coming back to me as I'm reading it. Exactly.
There's also another secret society that lives underground as well.
Okay, and it says here exactly what the political situation is on other continents is not known, although at least one overseas land has a despotic ruler. The air traffic control tells those who venture out to sea that they should turn back, but nothing beyond the sea has ever been explored, nor is there any current contact. Whether this is in the official government line, and the truth is not known. So it's a lot about it, but let's just read it out. Culture of the Giant Society closely resembles contemporary United States of 1968 in various episodes. It has police force, private hospitals, prisons, a state governor, radio and television services, a zoo, jazz clubs, and even a racetrack. The Giants speak English, drive American cars, attend theatres and play chess. The Earth people find themselves able to cope, and their efforts to get around are facilitated by the unique obliquely of large drains leading directly to interior rooms and pavements. In an outside wall of most buildings, the giant government are offered a reward to capture the small Earth people, whom the giants call the little people. It goes on and on, but I won't read any more, but there's quite a lot about it there. So, I remember this show was on, I think it was on Channel 4, probably was Sunday morning, about late morning, midday. I think it was the same slot that we had.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
Land of the Giants, not Land of the Giants, the Time Tunnel, what else is there? There's some other ones as well. But there was a number of those sort of shows which were on at that sort of time of the day, wasn't there? Lost in Space. Yeah,
Lost in Space is the future.
Okay. Oh, you mean the future of this show?
TikTok exists, and Lost in Space were in the year 1999.
Oh, okay.
Or 1990, and Seaview was 72 and set in the 80s, and Project TikTok, America's biggest top secret project, the Time Tunnel, was in the 60s and obviously progressed into the future.
Right. Okay.
Also, I have the theory that the technology from Project TikTok were used in the Jupiter 2 program to build the first Jupiter-class ships.
Oh, okay.
To go outwards,
Wow.
And they were more advanced than the giants. There is also another civilization. Now, there's plot holes all over this, and we
tell me about them, because you know more about this than I. So tell me about you.
Right. It's like if they've got a 1960s society, and nobody goes beyond the sea. Surely they've got fucking airplanes that fly around the planet.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. I mean, surely they'd have like an explorer, wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly.
So that's that out. There's one episode where the little people end up going underground as a secret society. I remember they got teleported down there.
Yep.
And they were more advanced than the giants upstairs. But one of the giants down there wanted to start a war with them. Okay. And they stopped it. And because they met this friendly giant who lived underground. So there were them. then there was him that played Dr. Smith turned up as this entity who were doing stuff to. And then future froze up there, but they got away, and
Right.
then there was an episode where the giants shrunk one of their own.
Okay. Internet's playing up.
An episode where a giant scientist gave the little people to turn them into Kirk Casner, I think his name. Like he's like the idiot factor in the group that'll sell them out.
Right.
He got into trouble and he shrunk himself again to get away. I mean, it was interesting, and they were trying to do. I mean, this is what I love about it. This is why I've got this thing about 60s TV shows, because at least they tried all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
they did.
and none of the plots, and they did on this crazy plot, because could Land of Giants gone beyond 2 seasons? Could it have gone to a 3rd season? Could it? Owen Allen's, I mean, Voyage at Bottom at Sea lasted, what, 4 seasons?
4 seasons. That was 4 seasons. Yeah.
Lost its space, 4 seasons.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Time Tunnel.
Just one.
And that got to, I was surprised.
That should have
But
got a
Land
second
of the
season.
Giants at the
Should have got
time
a
was the most. Yeah. No, it should have done. There was already a premise for Time Tunnel. They were going to come back, and then every week they were going to have adventures. That's where, and I think you could have ran that for 5 seasons like that. But it's Land of the Giants, I thought, were very clever to get to a 2nd season. And I was surprised. Like, I agree with you, the 1st season very strong.
Absolutely.
But the more science fiction elements came in. Erwin Allen always got into whacked out stuff.
It's weird because Erwin Allen, often his first seasons of shows are very solid, and then they go in this
that's
weird
what I mean,
tangent.
yeah.
They seem to do that. That seems to be a consistency of these shows.
Yeah, Lost in Space 1st season. Dr. Smith is purely evil. It's all about him. He'll sell them out just to
I know,
get
he
off.
changes.
In 2nd season, he's running around screaming.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
you're like,
Yeah.
and even though him and the robot and the kid, they had this great chemistry between 3 of them. And it did work because it was their show. Forget the others. But in the 1st season, he would have had him killed. He went on board to kill that family. And suddenly he turned into this like insane character. The Voice of the Bottom say were a bit more serious, but we got ridiculous stories like the Lobster Men and like
The Lobster Men.
the leprechaun turned up on the sub. I mean, it was just getting fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. It just lost the plot, basically.
and
Yeah.
you switch it off. It comes to a point I just can't put up with this anymore. I love, for me, that's the best Erwin Allen. Time Tunnel was the one that had a lot of substance and it was solid. And that was the one that should have gone the full 5
It
seasons.
should have had at least a 2nd season. Obviously, it didn't. But I mean, that was
But-
the one that was really coming along that season. But then
Well,
maybe the 2nd
Yeah, go on.
season, Time Tunnel might have been the same. It might have lost the plot in season 2 if they'd have gone to season
Well,
2.
he did. This is what I don't understand because, like, Land of Giants, I watched it like you on a Sunday, and that's
Yeah.
when I first saw it. Were on when I was a kid, but I was going to bed over about 3 or 4, and so but I caught it in the 90s, like the full thing of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it interesting. I mean, I watched it every week. I watched all of them. And I did buy it on DVD when it come out years ago. And I did enjoy watching it. I think the casting's great.
Yeah, I
you
do.
know.
It's a good cast. It's a very good cast.
But it would after first season, suddenly 2nd season. The thing is, you got these really stupid fucking stories. and really crazy, like, villains and I mean, it were like insane, And that were it. They're in this world, the giants, and they've got to survive. Not just them, they've got to face nature as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because, the predators are going to, at that size.
They're
gonna
dangerous.
be
They're
deadly,
dangerous. Yeah, of course.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it went into. I was fascinated by the Giant Society. Their government were called the Supreme Council, and
Right.
that sort of just that alone that's interesting. You know,
It's different.
there was
yeah.
one episode I saw. I think it's either first or second where they get caught,
Right.
and two of them are tied up. They're tied up to a ruler.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
Sellotape
Yes.
up to
Yeah,
a
they'll
ruler.
take. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that might have been episodes. You know that was the girl, wasn't it? It would be.
I think it was the. Yeah.
I think this was before that, and there's two giant scientists. One's got a beard, and he never speaks. Him and this woman, they never speak. They're prodding him and doing stuff to him, and it's quite frightening because they're not showing any feeling to them. They're like they've got a big syringe and they're trying to. And I found that really freaked me out. I thought this is interesting.
Yeah.
And he should have gone down more. It would the Giants. I do pop in. I'd go back more. I'd go back more to Time Tunnel and Voyage for me out of the Irwin Allen universe.
That was going to be my next question, actually. I was going to ask you how you rated it in respect to the other Irwin Allen series. So is it more of the back behind the others?
You're frozen.
It's all right. Can you hear me? Give me a second. Let me know.
I can hear you now. Yeah, you froze.
Sorry. So how would you rate it compared to the other Irwin Allen series then?
I'd put it number 3.
Okay. So what? Give it.
I'm gonna put Time Tunnel first.
Right.
It's the bottom of the sea, London Giants, and then and what
Okay.
would for it?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, so I suppose really, I mean,
You
'cause I
froze.
think we're going to wrap things up because the internet's not very good here. So I suppose let's just finish off then and
Yeah.
ask you how would you rate it out of 10? Oh, sorry, the internet's playing up. Waiting for Martin to come back. Okay, give me a second because you're breaking up badly.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
You're going to give it a 6, all right. I think I'll give it.
Yeah. What are you gonna give it?
I think the same 6. 6.5. 6.5. It's similar
Yeah.
thing. I like
Yeah,
it. A lot.
I'm. Not true. It's been about 10 years since I watched that.
Yeah, I do like it. I'll give it 6.5. I think it's a good series. It could have been better, but it's still memorable, and it was definitely worth a review. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you're still there, because we're going to finish now, because the internet's really playing up. Any last words about the Land of the Giants?
Yeah, I am still here. Yes.
So what's your last
No,
words?
no, nothing really. Nothing.
Pretty much, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you're really breaking up now. Okay. Okay. Well, look,
Hello?
yeah, we're gonna finish off.
Yeah.
It's dropping now. So, Martin, thank you for that. We're gonna be back. Do you want to do This Island Earth next week?
Yes.
All right, matey. Well, okay, so we're going to
Yeah.
finish up because the internet's dropping and we've got bad internet here. So, Martin, thank you very much.
Yep.
We'll see you next week on the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. Thank you.
Yes, to life immortal.
To Life Immortal, exactly. Thank you, Martin.